All right. Hello, everybody. We are here, just finished the A main at Port Royal. We're here with Jeff Halligan, checking in on his night. And so, Jeff, take us through the night. I know you the time trial lap probably wasn't what you were looking for, a little off, but you made a good charge in the heat to get in the show. But take us through your night a little bit. I know it wasn't what you were looking for in the end, but
it wasn't what we were looking for in the end. But we came out fast in hot laps. That was good, and then the track kind of went away in our flight. We were the last car in the flight, kind of went away, and we were like 15th quick, 20, which isn't the best, but I didn't think the car was bad. I thought we were pretty good, actually, and the track dropped off pretty hard, and then we didn't do too much to the car because I felt pretty good, and we started 8th in that heat race and drove up to 5th.
Was the track different right out of the gate tonight? Because to me, I'm no expert. When I walked across it, it seemed different, like really dirty early. I don't know. Maybe
I
you'll
feel like
disagree.
It's been that way all year.
Has it? Okay.
It's been
all
different.
All right.
It's been like
trying to make sure
the track's been going away real quick.
Is it?
Yeah, and like I can't believe how fast it went away in time trials there. Like we would have been, if we were in the second flight, we would have been second. So
right. That's
it's
exactly.
kind of crazy.
It is. When you look at the times, everybody's so tight, and the change is dramatic from one flight to the other. So, yeah, if you're running a different format, if you're running, like the timing against your heat, something like that, but that's not the Speed Week format. So, you're dealing with what you're dealing with.
Sometimes here, sometimes going later actually helps you, depending on how the track is. But just tonight wasn't one of those.
How do you feel? I mean, I know that your season hasn't been, exactly what you guys are used to. It's been, as I think we've documented, probably your most difficult in racing.
Yeah.
Where do you think you guys are now, though? Like, how far off are you? Are you one tweak away? Like,
I think we're pretty close now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're actually passing cars tonight, which we haven't been.
Right.
We've been going backwards.
Yeah,
tonight,
+3 in the heat.
We passed some cars in the feature. We weren't quite great in the feature, or else we could have really passed some cars. But we've just been struggling. So it's like anytime you could go forward and feel good in the car, and it's a shame because the time trial lap wasn't where we were expecting. But we're right there. I mean, we're there. I mean, Kyle just told me that we were within a 10th on lap 10 or something, or something
leaders,
like that. Yeah, the leaders. So it's like the tracks right now it's difficult to pass on, but at the same time, you got a couple guys that are able to really charge forward.
Yeah, and they do it through a little traffic. They're not deep, right? But they do have to pass cars to get to the front, and they're able to. How much of, and that kind of leads me to my next thought, is how much extra does it add to the challenge, all the dirty air too? Like, your car may be just as good out front in clean air, but when you're buried like that, it's hard to overcome that.
Yeah, especially the 1-inch wicker rule. I feel like the 2-inch wicker is kind of crazy because in time trials we're always like trying to get as little wicker as possible that we can handle, and then in the feature time I just feel like the 2-inch really helped keep the car planted if you were in dirty air.
Yeah.
And so it's tough. You're looking for clean air. Your car's got to be good enough to go everywhere there is clean air, and it kind of shrunk the window a bit, I think. And
so I know you guys are obviously always tweaking on the car, but and trying to find that balance and that comfort and all of that. But how much in the process of all that do you tweak your style or your approach?
My driving?
Yeah.
It's been
a
going
big piece of it.
over and over again. All the time. Every night before I go to sleep, it's just
you know how to win races. So do you have to stop yourself from second guessing yourself like that, or are you saying is there something here I got to learn to adapt to this?
You're definitely trying some different things.
Yeah.
Some of the seat wise.
Okay.
I feel like I'm onto something a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, the results don't show tonight, but I felt pretty good in the car.
Okay.
And we passed cars.
I think that's the part of it people don't think that much about. They're always thinking about the car, the mechanical part, but you guys are, hey, how can I adjust to get more out of the car then and make it the best it is,
I think when you're struggling, actually, you end up doing too much.
Yeah. Get yourself into a bad habit, like a baseball player maybe.
Yeah. You try too hard maybe. And tonight, pretty proud of us because we timed bad, but we didn't really let it affect us.
Didn't mail it in. You just
Yeah.
kept on digging, and
Yeah, because I thought we were good in time trials. It was just kind of crazy how you get out in the car and you kind of know.
Yeah.
I know Logan Wagner went like 2 cars ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I know they've been wicked fast, and he was like 8th or 9th. So I was like, at that point, I kind of knew. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the track has left in it. It was, we gave it a good run. I was hoping we were a little better than 15th, but.
So, kind of maybe a good segue, talking about changing driving styles and things like that, to a question I've been wanting to ask you a little bit. You mentioned a few weeks back when we talked about you looked up to Greg Hodnett and Lance DeWeese when you were starting out. Did you ever go to them for advice, or is there anybody you go to now to talk about what they do behind the wheel and you guys kind of share information?
I wish I had some more.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I mean.
Yeah.
I've been talking to.
Because they're your competition too, right? They're not going to give up their secrets. So.
Yeah, I've been talking to John Westbrook a lot. He's been in the seat, so it's been kind of nice to hear a driver's side.
Right.
A little bit.
Yep. Yep.
And it's hard because you talk to Lance. Sometimes I listen to his interviews because he's at the age where I don't think he needs to hide much.
Nope.
So I listen to all his interviews all the time. I mean, that's one thing I do because, like a younger fast guy ain't going to spill the beans on what they're doing. But Lance has no problem.
Right.
It seems like opening up more in interviews and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more than he used to. I think he's better in sharing of information. I agree with that. I've noticed that as well. But I always think that's interesting because people who don't get maybe down into the pits to see, you guys are often chatting and a lot of times you're just joking with each other.
Yeah.
But I know there are serious conversations that go on too, and sharing conversations and notes and stuff like that. And everybody kind of has their confidant probably down here where you share some things.
Well, it's hard with the driving stuff because, I look back at Lincoln on Saturday. We ran Lincoln on Saturday before we time trialed and it rained, but we were 10th in the flight. And if you looked at a 10th, less than 1/10 would have put us in the front row of a heat race.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, that's when you start thinking less about the car and more about what you're doing.
I can make that up on the track. Yeah, I can do that. Right. Yeah. Not me, obviously, but you.
Yeah, but that's the thought process because you think about stuff like that and then you try to get your car. Like tonight at Port, when track gets like that, you gotta have a good car and get working. I
think a lot of people don't realize maybe, and we try to talk about that a little bit, but how tight the competition is.
The window is so small.
Every night.
Ridiculous.
A 10th moves you 5, 7, 8 spots in the order, and that's why time trialing is so important in these shows, obviously, and even more critical than it used to be. So.
Yeah, I think time trials is before I started really running sprint cars when I was a kid and I was watching, I always loved time trials.
Yeah.
A lot of fans don't like time trials.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of fans don't.
I wish we'd go back to single car time trials and not 2 cars at a time because there's just something about listening to somebody
when they get on the throttle, when they get off the throttle.
Well, it's time trials.
Like
it's like you're pushing to the max. I mean, I'm not saying you're not in the feature in times,
right?
But in time trials, you definitely are.
You can see, right.
You're trying to get everything.
That makes sense. As
a driver.
I know we try to keep these relatively short. We're getting, up to our mark here. So we'll shift. I know. It went kind of quick tonight. I know it's been a little while since we did one. We have a lot to talk about. But I've got the usual end of the night non-racing question for Jeff. But instead of a single question, we're going to do a rapid fire 10 questions about pizza. Oh. And you're thinking, okay, how can I have 10 questions about pizza? But I do. Okay. So first thing comes to your mind, answer these. All right?
All right.
Here we go. First one. Thin crust, traditional crust, or
Thin.
deep dish? Thin. Oh, there you go. All right. Favorite pizza toppings?
Pepperoni.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
This is why we get along. Cold pizza?
Yes.
Oh, all right. We're still working here.
Yes.
We're good. Fold it or eat it flat? Fold the slice.
Depends on the pizza.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right, I like it. White pizza?
Yeah.
All right. We're still good. I'll still be working for him next week. So, favorite drink to have with pizza?
Beer.
All right. If you could create a new pizza flavor, what would it be? the
Probably
harder
the
one?
sauce.
Just
Something
change
different
the
with the sauce.
Just change the sauce.
Yeah.
All right. Get a little creative.
It's the same stuff over and over, like
Yeah.
Alfredo pizza or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. We can do that. All right. Now, the last question: if you could have pizza with any famous person, who would you sit down over pizza with? It can't be the same answer as your celebrity crush.
Yeah, it won't be that. Wow, that's a
Good question.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt. All right, I'll take it. Lots to learn there.
Oh yeah.
Lots to learn there. All right. Well, listen, Jeff. Continued good luck and
Senior.
Senior. Amen. Wouldn't we all? Continue good luck in getting over the hump here, getting back to where you should be, and thanks for taking the time.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. No doubt we'll have audio tonight.